Welcome to Lifespan Development. My name is Jessica Blackston and I'll be teaching this course this semester. For this chapter, we will discuss different historical issues as well as research methods. I'd like to get you guys started by reflecting a bit on your life. Ask yourself, do people change gradually or all at once as they develop? How important are significant experiences in life? What are some of these significant events that alter the course of development? Does development always progress or move forward? Is it possible to regress or move backward in development? And under what conditions might you move forward or might you move backward? For example, a lot of times we think about development as involving this progression, as involving gains throughout the lifespan and not seeing many losses. But even as a child, children still experience losses. Think about learning a second language. Is it easier for you to learn a second language as an adult or as a child? Maybe a child in 5th grade. You'd probably say it's easier to learn a second language as a child. And research shows us that that is indeed the case. So here we do experience some losses even in childhood, in that it becomes more difficult to learn a second language the older we get, rather than less difficult. This is an example of how synaptic pruning, which are connections between neurons in the brain, can affect development. And we'll talk more about this throughout the course. Also ask yourself, how important are biological factors in psychosocial development? Are biological factors more important earlier in life or later in life? And finally, how do cultures and societies affect development? These are all questions that different theorists take some type of stance on. This means that all the theories that we examine in this course will have different assumptions based on what development is. Depending on your assumptions and depending on your answers to these questions, you will approach the study of development differently. We'll talk more about this as the course progresses. So the study of development relates to many different topics, and these topics include social and emotional development, biological and physical development, and cognitive growth and development. Now, your book separates all of these different sections of development, but it's important to remember that changes in any one of these areas occurs concurrently with changes in the other areas of development. In other words, all facets of human development are interconnected throughout the lifespan. In fact, later in the course, we'll be looking at one study that shows us that physical development can actually spur on cognitive development. So we see interactions between the two. Similarly, cognitive development and social development are definitely linked. If a child, for example, is at a different cognitive stage compared to his peers, that will definitely affect that child socially and emotionally. So you can see that even though we study these different areas in more of a piecemeal fashion, in reality, you have to remember that they are all connected to each other.